Hi, this is Zachary Lind, Instructional Technology Integration Specialist working for the CNY RIC at the Ithaca City School District. So right now I'm using a Chromebook, and what I wanted to show you with Chromebooks is how a Chromebook works in an offline mode. So right now I'm using my Chromebook and I am connected to the ICSD network. So I can access any of the materials that are on the internet using my Chromebook. But I recognize that we won't always have access to the internet. Maybe you're on a long bus ride. Maybe you're in a new location where there's no internet. Maybe your home doesn't always have internet access. Whatever it is, doesn't really matter. There's a couple of things that you can do to still work on your key important information while using a Chromebook. So here's what needs to be done. First thing is, when you are at a location that does have access to the internet, you need to make sure that your Chromebook is syncing your information to its sort of limited hard drive space. Here's how you can check that. So first thing you would do is if you log into your drive, which is that green, yellow, and blue triangle, that symbol is always there for drive. If you go over to this little gear cog, it says settings. So if we click on settings, you'll see that button there, and then you'll see something that says offline. You need to make sure that this button here is checked, and it says sync Google Docs, Sheets, Slides, and Drawings files to this computer so that you can edit offline. So what this means is that if you check this button, your computer will sync all the materials that are on here that are in those formats, and you'll be able to work on them, which means that if you're working on a paper or you're working in a Google Doc creating information, you can type on that document. Now, some of the web-based services or like an add-on or extension might not work with it, but you'll be able to do the basic function of working offline. Now, there's the second part to this. If you go to your little start window and you're looking for a folder called Files or an application called Files, just like on a computer. So we pull up that Files, and you'll see that you have your Google Drive, but then you also have offline. If you check that, you can see what materials have been synced to offline. So here's all my information, a couple hundred documents, they've all been synced offline. So this means that if I am to log on again and I don't have access to the internet, I'll be able to pull up my files by going to Files, opening anything out of my offline. So if I want to open Google it, I can do so. So right now, I will turn off the internet connection, and I'll open Google it. And you can see that I'm not connected, which means like my share button is inactive, and I can still work on an article or work on whatever it is I'm writing. So you also will get an icon like this. It says you're offline. That's okay. You just can't change as many things, but you can still work on your information. So that's the basics of how you make sure that your computer has offline capability. What I would recommend is that you check that box in that settings cog on your drive like we were talking about. I'm offline, so I can't do it right now, but I would recommend that you check that ahead of time. Give your computer at least 45 minutes or an hour to make sure everything's synced up, and then you're good to go. So if you have any more questions along these lines, please contact us at the Instructional Technology Department at Ithaca City School District, and our information is available on our webpage. Thanks.